Hi April, so this is your private reading. You had requested a past, present, future reading as well as a general reading. And you have on here that you're nervous about the reading, being wanting one for a while, but super nervous about it. It's okay, don't be nervous. So I already shuffled and have cards out from the first deck just so that we don't waste time. How my readings tend to work is this energy as of right now in this moment. I have my computer right there. That's where I'm getting your energy from. Please let me know how this resonates with you. If there's anything that's like, no, that's not me at all, let me know. So continue watching it for a little bit, but if nothing's resonating, please let me know and then I can redo it, okay? Because I'm kind of confused by some of the cards that have come out. But we're going to go with it and see, because I'm pretty sure I have the right energy, which I'm human. Things happen. So again, as my cards come out, it's like past, present, and future, but the futuristic stuff, energy is always changing and flowing. It's not set in stone. You can always change it because depending on how you react to things, then it will change, okay? I like mentioning that as well. So we're going to kind of just go through it. As far as the past, present, future, it is going to be in this video, but it will be like kind of here and there, and I'm going to pause in between me shuffling cards unless something is coming to me at that moment in time. So having said that, the first thing kind of sets the tone of the reading, I find. Yours is truth revealed. So this one here is about like lies being exposed, missing puzzle pieces, darkness brought to light. I think that you are dreaming and they're very, very vivid dreams. And they're dreams that are trying to tell you something. It's been going on for a little while. I think it's dreams about family, I want to say, and it's trying to tell you something. So the truth revealed, like looking through glasses, okay? So how I'm kind of seeing that is you're going to put the puzzle pieces together, and I think that you're already starting to put some of the puzzle pieces together with it. The next card was surrender. Surrender is about like accepting help, letting go, an enlightenment of some sort. You, I think, my dear, are going through an awakening. I'm getting huge goosebumps as I say that. Okay, I don't know if you can see them. It's 74 degrees in my house. So anyway, I think that your body is trying to wake up for what it's actually meant to do as far as light work because of these, okay, and some of the other cards that have come out. So I think you've been feeling it, and this is why you're dreaming more, and this is why they're becoming very vivid. You might even be having clairaudience and clairvoyance when you're awake. So clairaudience is when you're hearing things that aren't actually physically there. It's different than like your internal monologue, okay? So it can be in your voice, but it feels different. I don't know how else to describe it because I have it too. The clairvoyance is you get little blip images of certain things. I think that's happening as well. It's like little visions of stuff going on. Don't be alarmed by this if it is happening. These are just tools that you have been given, and I think it's been going on for possibly multiple lifetimes too, that you have as a soul, as an individual, and your spirit team is like, okay, they're ready, let's go. But I don't think that your subconscious and your conscious are catching up to each other, because your subconscious is like, okay, let's go, it's time to wake up, let's go through your motions and get this ball going. And your conscious is like, no, I'm not ready to take that step yet. So they're trying to have a little battle to see who's going to win. And I think that with you exploring the spiritual side and possibly picking up books and reading some more stuff and kind of delving into things has awakened it a little bit more. So it's nothing that you could have really prevented because it was inevitable by how I'm feeling. But there's something that you need to let go of still in order for you to move forward. It's something that's stopping you to continue forward. I think you kind of maybe know what it is. Nothing else is really coming to me. Rage came out. So rage is about like impulsive, triggered, ticked off, like ready to explode. I feel like every once in a while, your personality and your emotions just flip like a switch. It's just automatically like you can be happy one minute and then very depressed and sad the next minute. There may have been an event to trigger it, but I don't know if it has something to do with this enlightenment or if it's just something that you have been doing for quite a while. But I think a lot of it is how your mindset is right now. So just remember that you are a divine feminine, okay? So everybody has divine feminine energy. Everybody has divine masculine energy. The divine feminine is about like the empress, nurturing, wears emotions on their sleeve, very intuitive, those sorts of aspects. This is you in a nutshell, okay? So you tend to be a caregiver, a light bringer. You tend to try and see the good in everybody, okay? So that's how you are. But there's something that happened just recently. I don't know what it is though. Just recently that kind of, again, just sparked you because revenge came out with justice. So revenge can be about like retaliation, paybacks, like wanting that karma to kick in. You know what I mean? And then justice is, excuse me. So I am a little still sick. So the justice can be about like balancing act. It can be about karma. It can be about truth. It can be about accountability. So something happened that kind of ticked you off and you kind of went in defensive mode. Okay, that's how I'm viewing this. And your balance is out of whack right now because of that. It's carrying over to right now and possibly in the future if you don't nip it in the bud, whatever this is. So how you're thinking, negative brings negative, positive brings positive. It's like the karmic cycle, right? So anything that you give out to the world, it comes back to you. Same with your thinking. So if you are doing good in the world, good is going to come back to you. If you're doing negative, negative shit's going to be at you. Eventually, at some point in time, karma's going to kick your ass, okay? So that's how this is going to work too as far as your thinking. I think you're doing some negative self-talking. So the negative self-talking, you need to nip it in the butt, okay? You need to nip it in the ass, okay? So basically, if you have a thought that is negative and it's regarding you, okay, don't even stop it right in its tracks. Don't even let it really finish, okay? You'll get better at it. Trust me, been there, still there. You'll get better at it as you practice it, okay? If it's something that you're upset at, if it's a situation that you're upset at, name the situation that you're upset at so that the universe doesn't feel like it's directed to you, that you aren't directing that towards yourself. So say there's a situation that's really, really weird and silly and dumb, and your automatic thought is what? Okay? Instead, it should be, well, that was really silly of them, instead of, that's dumb. So you're naming it versus it being back on you. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, take a break came out sideways like this. When my cards come out sideways like this, it's like past, present, and future, but it's in reverse. So I feel like this take a break is you having to mentally have a break because you are on the verge of burnout. Okay? That's how I'm feeling. I have incense going too. That might be why I'm coughing. So anyway, this is about having some time apart, needing some space, but it's just temporary. So since it's in like this and it's in reverse, I feel like there's something else like, not only like the whole, yes, you need to take a break from certain things, but I feel like there's something that you need to pick up as well, okay? Because it's in reverse and you've been thinking about it for quite a while, and it's going to be continuing on if you don't figure it out. I think it has something to do with your spirituality. So there's something that you have been wanting to look into or research, and you just haven't gotten around to it yet. That's what this is about, okay? So I would get on that because I think that it's linked to your dreams. Lucid dreaming and dreaming comes to mind a lot with me for you. When you start doing this and start researching whatever that is, it's going to be moving fast, okay? So it's going to make sense to you, and it's going to be like, oh, that makes total sense now. So it's going to be like, go for it, direct energy, action, decisions are going to start being made for you, and it's just going to be like really, really good, like chariot kind of energy, okay? So then we got the twin flame. So the twin flame doesn't mean that you're twin flame, okay? So it's more about the balancing, okay? So twin flames are about balance too. So this is about balancing again things out. Reconciliation came out in reverse. So this is about your other half. I believe you're married by some of these cards too. So the reconciliation in reverse means that maybe some things are a little rocky, or going to be maybe a little rocky in the future, since it's towards the end of the deck. But you guys have a spiritual union. You guys have that soul contract kind of vibes. You guys have harmony and you kind of support each other. But I think that as you're going through this awakening and discovering some of the stuff that you need to look at and research, you might be having a little bit of a tiff. Okay, so yes, every couple has like those little tiffs and stuff, but I think that this is going to be more so and going to be like a little bit more in the forefront. Okay, so because the other things that came out was happy ending in reverse, attraction, and then hold on. Don't get caught up on this, the happy ending thing. So this is about happy ending. When it's in upright, it's about completion, abundance, achieving your goals. When it's in reverse, it's about you're not completing the cycle. You're not fully exerting yourself into something that your spirit team wants you to do. Hence you need to research whatever that is, okay? And you may feel like you're not getting the abundance back that you've been trying to grasp onto. Money. Are you doing money spells or money stuff? That's really ringing for me. So this is about a little bit about that, okay? So money is tricky when you're doing like money things. So as far as like money bowls and money spells, money jars, money whatever, even just lighting like money incense, that sort of stuff, it only comes back to you just like any spell. There's like let me back up. For any spiritual spell work that you do, regardless of what it is, there's always the components of the actual spell, the ingredients and their purposes. Now, physical properties are different than medicinal properties. So make sure that you are using them for the physical properties versus the medicinal properties, because they're completely different for the herbs and spices, okay? You might be getting some of those mixed. The other thing too is, so half of it is the ingredients and things. The other half is your energy being put into that working, okay? Part of the equation too is the universe saying, hey, yep, we recognize it and it's meant for you, or no, it's not meant for you at this moment in time. I feel like you're doing so much that it's just not coming at this moment in time, okay? Because it's not meant to come at this moment in time, okay? The attraction is, again, it could be relating to your husband. It can be about like seduction, temptation, affection, and those sorts of things. But it's also the attraction to your spiritual work. So You might be dallying or dilly-dallying, not really wanting to get into whatever you've been trying to, like, maybe I want to look into this, or maybe I want to look into that. This is about your attraction towards the craft. It might go a little dormant later down the road because of this card, okay? So if that is happening, try and do little things to kind of get you more involved with it if that's something that you want to do, okay? Because everybody has slumps. I think that you are going to have a slump at some point in time when you are going to try and figure out what they are trying to get you to research. And then the hold on is about, like, denial, misleading thoughts. It's about won't let go of certain things. So going back to the surrender, letting go, enlightenment, those sorts of things, it's still coming up at the end of the cards. So whatever you need to let go of, you, according to this right now, you're not ready to let go of it. Okay? You're still clinging on to it. I think that it has something to do with something that happened in the past when you were little, like smaller. I shouldn't say little. When you were younger. You're just hanging on to something. I don't know what it is, though. I think it could be a memory of a person or something of a person. But again, it's up to you. Because I think the bottom of the deck is denial. And this is about, like, you throwing yourself into work, not acknowledging certain things that you should be acknowledging. It can be about also, like, partying and addictions and those sorts of things too. For you, I think it's more burnout. I'm not going to deal with that right now. I'm just going to throw myself into work. Okay. So that's how that's shaping up right now. I'm going to pause and grab another deck. I'll be right back. Okay, so for this one, the first card that came out was masculine. So this is about, again, the masculine and feminine energy. A lot of the cards will reiterate themselves. That's normal. So again, masculine energy is more like rough, rugged, tough, those sorts of things. I think you need to bring some of that out a little bit more. That's what that's kind of saying. Now, memories and nostalgia came out in reverse. So memories and nostalgia is usually about, like, reminiscing about the past, looking at the past, not wanting to acknowledge the past and those sorts of things. But that contraindicates the first deck. So this, to me, again, it looks kind of dreamlike. And notice the cloud, that there's a face. This is the first time that I've actually seen the face in the clouds. I think that this is still representing your dreams because of how they are interacting with each other in the picture. So not only is it like a memory and nostalgia, I think that part of your dreams that you're doing are past memories from previous lifetimes. This card is kind of signifying that for me. And again, that's the first time that I've ever seen the face in this picture. And I've had this deck for, like, almost a year and a half. Like, what? Why now? And this is one that I use quite a bit. So self-worth and expectations came out sideways, but it's like this. So this card is like past, present, future, but it's like, you know your self-worth, you know what you can bring to the table, and you have and set expectations for yourself. So little mini milestones along the way. I feel like you have like a little checklist of things that you want to accomplish or read up on and those sorts of things. And those are the expectations that you set for yourself, and they're pretty high. So yes, you know your self-worth and your value, but at the same time, when you fall short of that, you feel really defeated. So stop putting so much pressure on yourself, okay? You are human. So it's great that you know your self-worth and your expectations and stuff like that, but stay within your own limit, okay? Change and courage is coming, because I think that, again, this is kind of past, present, future. This is kind of in the middle. So you're changing as a person. You are adapting as an individual. You are growing as an individual as well. And it's going to take courage to, like, embrace this new you, okay? As far as your spiritual awakening. apology and forgiveness, but it's more about the picture versus the wording. So this is kind of how you feel. You're very anxious. You're very like, oh gosh, like you're exhausted. So that's kind of how I'm feeling. Like when you look at this picture, what do you feel? That's how you have been feeling, whether you like it or not. Okay, so you're still longing for something. Okay, because longing is on the bottom, don't pay attention to separation. So you're still longing for something. You're still longing to find your place, I feel. Because you're still, again, you want to learn everything. You want to know everything, but at the same time, you're wanting to, but you're not putting the effort in, I feel like. Okay, so the separation and the longing is about the gap between the mental, yes, I want to do it, versus the actual physical actually doing it. You know what I mean? So you gotta have a balance between the two. Okay, so if you want to research things and do things, not even just the craft, but other aspects of your life, schedule time for it, because I feel like it's getting lost in everything else that happens in life, and life moves by pretty quickly, and I feel like it's going by really quickly for you, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's the end of July already. I feel like that's for you. So again, schedule those times, like a half an hour a day or an hour a day, whether it be in the morning or whether it be at night before bedtime or after dinner or whenever, right? So you gotta make time for the things that you want to do and accomplish so that you can check them off, so that you feel better about your self-worth and your appreciation and expectations for yourself. I think that spark will come back. So the renewal and the spark, again, reiterating the first deck. I think that this will open your eyes when you see this, and if you review it, if you feel like you are getting in that groove of, I don't want to really do it. Oh, I don't really want to research that. And you're kind of like dwindling a little bit, and you want to get back into it, relook at this video. It will be available to you all the time. Again, totally up to you. But this might give you that renewal and that spark back to get back into looking into things and researching things and learning things for yourself, okay? The transcendence and unity is, again, about balancing dualities. It can also represent Egypt. So I don't know why I even said that. So I think that there is, again, some unity and some transcendence that is going to happen with you and possibly a deity later down the line, okay? Possibly Egyptian based because of what I said. That's really weird that I said that. Anyway, so then we have contracts, careers, and commitments shortly after that. So I feel like if it is a deity that is reaching out to you in the future, because this is towards the end of the deck, that it will be Egyptian based because of the pyramids in the background, and they will help you transcend to where you need to actually be. But it is not going to be a willy-nilly contract. It is going to be a very binding contract. When you start working with deities, it's very binding. It's kind of like buying a house kind of deal, okay, or buying a car. It's a big deal, and you need to be prepared for that. So if that's something that you want to do, you are more than welcome to. If they are reaching out, just make sure that it's not a trickster and it's actually a deity, okay? But I feel like that will help you on your journey. Now, the last card in this one was reflections and projections, but notice that the mirror is cracked, okay? So when the mirror is cracked, sometimes our reflection on what we perceive reality to be can be a little bit fuzzy. So I feel like when you look at yourself in the mirror, you haven't really looked at yourself in the mirror, have you, recently? So have you looked at yourself and valued yourself and know yourself and have that self-love? Okay, so your reflections and projections come out as yourself too. And now Oliver's all crazy and I don't know why. So the bottom of the deck is Earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you could be connected with Earth at some point in time. So one of your big three. But as far as like this to me is the ace is really sticking out to you. So again, kind of futuristic things. Ace in tarot is usually about like new beginnings, newfound hope, those sorts of things. I think that in the future you will have kind of a new beginning and the cycle is going to end. Our life is a big cycle, okay? But there's little cycles within life. So I think that whatever you are going through right now, no matter how hard it is going to come to an end at some point in time. And then a new cycle is going to be coming through. So this is saying that the crap is probably going to be over at some point in time. Cards don't go by our timeline. They go by their own. But this cycle is going to end and new beginnings are going to be coming through. So again, the reflections and projections, just make sure that you, again, are stopping the negative talking, okay? Because if you're doing negative talking, negative is going to come at you, okay? And that goes for how you perceive yourself as well, okay? Because you are beautiful inside and out, and you should know that, okay? Let me grab another deck. I'll be right back. All right, so I pulled cards for your past, present, future reading. The first one was the Knight of Pentacles, and how it came out, it was spinning. So I'm gonna say that this is like upright and in reverse. So let's talk about it when it's in upright. So pentacles are discs, they're coins, and they usually represent like substance, like the tangible, basically, okay? So like how we view the external world from our inner world. Do we want wealth or a better connection to nature kind of idea? Because Earth is tied into Pentacles as well. So Earth came up again. So I think that you do have Earth in your chart somewhere. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But there's always two sides to every coin, right? So it's easy to describe the suit that represents like material goods, money, success. But again, there's always that two-sided coin kind of deal, okay? So it's important to remember that it is in our own unique perspective of our so-called reality that could be in question. The reason why I'm talking about Pentacles is because out of the cards that came out, 3 of them were Pentacles, because I have a couple more cards in front of me. So this one here, when it's in upright, it's about diligence, hardworking, determination. It's about steadfastness, building material security, safety, being pragmatic, and expansion. When it's in reverse, it's like focusing solely on wealth, workaholic tendencies. It's about possibly being selfish or like kind of maybe laziness a little bit, but only at times, I feel like, for the all intents and purposes, because it kind of contradicts each other, okay? But it's also about like feeling stuck, being overly controversial about certain things too. So this is kind of your past. So very hardworking, determination. Oh my gosh, I can't talk anymore. Determination, security, safety. You want to expand things, but you're solely focusing on wealth. And you're working yourself to the bone, and you are very, very tired of it, okay? So that's how I'm viewing this one. The next cards, which is your present, is your Queen of Swords, and then 9 of Cups came out as well. So the Queen of Swords is about being a thoughtful leader. It's about being an unbiased decision maker. It's about an excellent communicator, wise, logical, honest, being perceptive, intelligence, being direct, and seeking truth. So this is kind of you in a nutshell. Now, as far as your 9 of Cups, this is about your universe gifting you desires, you're choosing joy, you're manifesting dreams, gratitude, abundance, and those sorts of things. So you are trying to manifest those things into your life by being, again, an unbiased decision maker and those sorts of things. Now, your future, we have the 5 of Pentacles and then the Page of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles, it can indicate financial or health difficulties. It can be about feeling left out, ostracized, worrying about security, a chance to clear energy blockages as well, okay? So I think this might be why I felt like you and your husband might have a little bit of a rough patch, because this came out too. So again, there might be some financial or health difficulties coming out in the future, and you might be worrying about security or something that's coming up too, but don't fret. This is about also clearing block energies. The Page of Pentacles is about manifesting new opportunities, beginnings, good news, ambitions. It's about skills and training, financial opportunities, possibly a new career path. All those sorts of things are also in this card, okay? New connections. It also has earth related to it, because not only is it a pentacle, but part of this card here is about, it's about beginning stages of earth magic, possibly, okay? So this is about making plans a reality, and you can be practical and realistic and still run ahead to meet your dreams. So just make sure that you're practical and realistic, and then things will start happening, okay? Now, another thing that I wanted to point out is at the bottom of the deck, it is Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups, it can be about friendships, it can be about abundance, it can be about cooperation, community. It can symbolize like closeness with siblings as well. It's all about joy, communication, celebration, and soul contracts. So those individuals, your friends, your community, your siblings, if you have any, those individuals are going to help you kind of lean on them for support, okay? I'm going to grab one more deck. Give me a sec. All right, so I went to my other tarot deck, my very first deck that I've ever owned. Told you this would be a long one. So the first one that came out was the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is about haste, streamlined decision making, intelligence, wit, determination, kind of saving the day kind of energy, okay? It can be about being assertive as well and being successful. So this is kind of you in a nutshell too. So the King of Swords came out after that. So the King of Swords is about intellect, logic, rule, clear thinking, strong communicator, leader, truth, all those sorts of things. Again, the king kind of, all the kings are pretty similar. But where this one is different is this is about truth and proof, blending mental and spiritual pursuits, and bravery and courage. So this is about making intelligent and wise decisions regarding your future, okay? Now we have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is about extremely intuitive, highly attuned, emotional intelligence. This is also you in a nutshell, okay? This is also about having love and compassion, sensitivity, strength, empathy or empathetic by chance. This is also about leading with your heart, and you're also healing. All that's in that card. Then we have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is about being a classic romance, passionate, artistic and creative tendencies. This is all about like wearing your heart on your sleeve again, okay, and seeking a connection. But it can be also about like being in love with the idea of love. So just again, cautious on that. So then we have the Two of Cups that came out sideways. So again, it's past, present, future, but it's an upright. So this is regarding you and your husband. So this is about being a romantic partner, soulmates. You guys are like best friends kind of deal. Passionate, kindred spirits come to mind with this card for you guys. So I think that you guys have known each other in a past life, and you've met again in this lifetime, and you will continue to meet each other in continuous lifetimes. So again, this is representing you guys, and it's about also like can be about like marriage, duality, and those sorts of things too. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles that also came out sideways, but it was again like this, so it was like an upright. So the Ace of Pentacles, again, not only is it a coin, but it's also about like the beginning of a new venture or task. It can be about new ideas. It can be about planting seeds for the future. So having ideas now and then seeing the fruits of your labor later down the road. So this is about great potential for success, manifesting power, ambitions, prosperity. This is towards the end, so this is going to be coming to you as long as everything is going to be working out along the bumpy road. Now, don't be alarmed by this one. This is actually my favorite one out of the tarot deck. The bottom of the card is death. So this is not a physical death. This is a metaphorical death. This is about cycles of transformation and a rebirth. So this is about newfound awareness and endings of previous. So it's, again, that symbolic death, okay? It's about an intentional process and allowing yourself to let go of the crap that you need to let go of, that, again, you were harboring from like the first couple cards or first couple decks. You will finally be able to let it go and release it so that you can add energy to your new beginning. So it is going to come, but again, I don't know when. It's just a matter of time and depending on how you act and what you do and go from there. So hopefully this resonates. Please let me know how it resonates with you. Again, it's available to watch at any time. If you want to rewatch it, you're more than welcome to. If you want to share it, you're more than welcome to. It's totally up to you. I just split the deck and the lovers came out. So that signifies that, again, you guys are meant to be together for sure. So through thick and thin, you guys, I think, are meant to be together for sure with all that, because you guys are definitely soulmates. And then I split it again, and it's the Empress. So the Empress, again, is kind of reiterating, yeah, you're highly in tune to intelligence, and you're very gifted as far as, like, psychic stuff goes. Trust your intuition. She's all about intuition too. So trust in your intuition as well. So anyway, it's already 36 minutes, so I will let you go. But again, please let me know. And thank you again for trusting me with your energy. See ya.